Good day, viewers. This is your news reporter, Tsepiso Makabutane, reporting live for the launch of the catalogue of Sesotho's children's books here at the National Library. And with me now is the Executive Director at Puku, Miss Eline Sisulu, who's going to talk us through the launch today. Mrs. Sulu, thank you very much for your time. Puku is a book development and reading promotion organization that aims to increase access to children's literature in all South African languages and promote literacy through digital technologies. Firstly, please talk us through the importance of the launch of the catalog of Sesotho children's books here at the National Library today.
Thank you, Sepiso. It was the launch of both Sesotho 100 recommended books for children for early childhood and foundation phase, and also the launch of the Setswana catalog. So we had two languages, and so we had these books were selected by a very highly qualified panels for Sesotho and for Setswana. These included professors of in the language, teachers. We have a partnership with UNISA, Department of African Languages. So there were lecturers from there, as well as writers, translators like Tate Winston Mohapi. People who read a lot in Sesotho will know that he has written a lot of books and promotes literature in Sesotho. And then on the Setswana side, we also had professors like Professor Machila, who wasn't here today, but Professor Motsatsebe, who contributed as well. So we've had very highly qualified people who selected these books. And so we have these two catalogs of recommended books for Sesotho, one for Setswana, and yes, that's for in the coming year we'll be promoting them, but also mobilizing funding to do similar catalogs for the remaining languages.
And as a foundation, how is Puku looking to pave the way for the future of Ngwana Mosotho, Tswana, and all other languages?
Yes, our calling is to make sure that one, the books are identified so that people know, because we what we've discovered is they say there's not enough books in our languages, which is true to some extent, but also there are books there and people don't know about them. So that's one, to make sure that the books that are there, people know about them. And we've done it through the catalogs such as today, but we have to do a step further and make sure that on our website we have these books reviewed and easily accessible on our website. And by hopefully by the first half of 2025, we'll have the website ready where people can actually buy the books in all languages. So we want to make sure that all the books that are written in our languages are reviewed, they are put out there so that people know that there are these books existing, and also that we can actually look and say, what are the things that are missing from these books in our languages? If you're looking at, say, Sesotho, it was the 200th year of the Sesotho language being in print. There was that celebration. And yet we don't have a book about it. There's not much information about it. So we want to make sure that what books exist are known, and we also then encourage the writing of more books to fill the gaps.
And speaking of books, what is the importance of these books in the preservation of our indigenous languages?
I think preservation is important because it's what exists in the language, but it's also that the languages continue to live on. That's the problem, is that we don't invest enough in our languages. And when people complain about indigenous languages being marginalized, part of the problem is that there's not enough investment in children's literature, because children's literature is important. Children are an important part of preserving a language and making sure it is a living language. If children don't speak the language, then you have a disjuncture, and it makes it more difficult for the language to survive. So books are very important. Children's books are very important, but they're also just important for education and reading.
And lastly, Mrs. Sulu, your message of thanks, to all the stakeholders who are present here today who contributed to this successful launch.
Yes, we're very grateful because, we operate on a small organization operating on small budgets. And we're grateful. I think we should have mentioned the National Arts Council, which has contributed to the catalog project quite significantly. And then our partners, UNISA, National Library of South Africa, EB, Biblionef, which is a book donation organization. So without these partners, we really would not have been able to uh, have this event today. And I think it's because of this collaboration that's going to make possible the completion of the catalogs in all the languages.
Mrs. Sulu, we appreciate your time and thank you very much and all the best of luck as a foundation going forward.
Thanks very much, Tsepiso, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the next launch.
Thank you very much.